1988 was an amazing year. It brought the US-Canada Free Trade Agreement, CDs outsold vinyl records for the first time in history, MTV had music, and I was born. This video series covers my favorite movies from every year of my life, starting with, 1988. Make sure you slap that like button and join the Bell Squad, and let me know in the comments what was your favorite movie of 1988. Number 10, Dear America, Letters Home from Vietnam. This is one of the most powerful, emotional, and moving documentary films I have ever seen, featuring letters written by U.S. soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines during the Vietnam War to their family and friends back home. Never before in a documentary have I felt so connected to the subject. It is a first-person view of the Vietnam War. As the letters are read by well-known actors, the movie has you find a real healthy fear of war. It is authentic. The letters are real, the footage is real. Nothing will ever come as close to understanding the pain, fears, and hopes of the heroes fighting the Vietnam War as their own words. You will probably cry in the final letter, written by a mother to her son she lost in the Vietnam War. The actual letter was placed at the Vietnam War Memorial in Washington, D.C. I highly recommend this as it still stands as one of my favorite documentaries of all time.
Dear Bill, I came to this black wall again to see and touch your name. William R. Stocks.
Number 9. Big, directed by Penny Marshall, starring Tom Hanks and Elizabeth Perkins. After wishing to be made big, a 12-year-old boy wakes up the next morning to find himself miraculously in the body of an adult. And it was a trip for me to revisit this movie because I was about 12 the first time I saw it, and now I'm the exact age Tom Hanks was when he filmed Big. So this added a profound meaning to this film for me personally. Tom Hanks does an incredible job as a young boy trying to be an adult, a masterclass in acting and character development. In the same performance, he's a kid who realizes that time is an irreplaceable commodity. The film is about a kid wanting to be big, but it's really about adults discovering the children inside themselves. As time goes, we all want to grow up and be independent, but we miss the days of being a kid. This is a fun, fish-out-of-water premise with deeper meanings, an excellent reminder to enjoy the time that you're in for both kids and adults, and is a great movie to watch with your kids for sure. Number 8. They Lived, directed by John Carpenter, starring Roddy Piper, Keith David, and Meg Foster. Often referred to as the Citizen Kane of B-movies, They Lived is a great movie to revisit in the 2020 era of fake news and alternative facts. A drifter, played by Roddy Piper, stumbles upon a pair of sunglasses that allow him to see the world for what it really is, a communist regime controlled by aliens. The messaging in all forms of media subliminally encourages people to consume, obey, and procreate. When mankind is enslaved by the market economy and brainwashed into stupidity, it is a shadow of extinction. But one man has the glasses and uses them to fight back. 2020 does not have these glasses, unfortunately, but we do have this film, a great film to watch, and uses commentary and undertones of the film to rise above a simple B-movie status. Plus, Roddy Piper delivers perhaps one of my favorite action movie one-liners of all time.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Number 7. Beetlejuice, directed by Tim Burton, starring Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, and of course Michael Keaton. The spirits of a deceased couple are harassed by an unbearable family that has moved into their home, and they hire a malicious spirit to drive them out.
It's showtime.
In this film, more than most, Tim Burton displays his incredible talent with his ability to translate his unique vision to screen. Beetlejuice is the title character, but not on screen all that much. But when Michael Keaton is on screen though, it is electrifying. His performance is quirky and hilarious and sometimes revolting, but something that will stick with you and you will learn to love it as you watch this movie again and again as I have. It won an Oscar for makeup effects and deserved it. Tim Burton's signature, almost real-life cartoon style is on full display here. Just talking about this movie, you would think it would not work, but somehow it does on so many levels. If you have not somehow seen Beetlejuice, do it now, as it become a Halloween tradition to revisit each year. Just don't say the name 3 times. Number 6. Mississippi Burning, directed by Alan Parker, starring Gene Hackman, William Dafoe, and Frances McDormand. 2 FBI agents with wildly different styles arrive in Mississippi to investigate the disappearance of some civil rights activists. The film Mississippi Burning will make a long-lasting impression on you after you watch it. It is powerful, emotional, and shows the worst parts about racism in America. It is bluntly honest and somehow still relevant today. It hurts to watch and it will make you angry. Inspired by actual events in Philadelphia, the screenplay centers chiefly around the hostility between two FBI agents sent to investigate the disappearance. This film tackles the difficult subject of the evil of racism head-on without any Hollywood filter. A must-watch. Number 5. The Land Before Time. Directed by Don Bluth, starring Pat Hingle, Gabrielle Damon, and Judith Parsley.
But it's the wrong way!
An orphan brontosaurus teams up with other young dinosaurs in order to reunite with their families in a valley. This is almost the only cartoon on my list, and it is a landmark film for me. This movie was a huge part of my childhood. It shows the power of love and friendship that can overpower the prejudices of classism and racism often pushed on kids. A story about putting aside differences and working together. As a director, Bluth's use of color and texture in this film was absolutely outstanding, ditching the cliche cartoon brightness that you would expect from a kid's film about talking dinosaurs, transforming it into a gritty, often dark film that has a unique feel in its own right. Number 4. Coming to America.
Do you think perhaps just once I might use the bathroom by myself?
Directed by John Landis, starring Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. An extremely pampered African prince travels to Queens, New York, and goes undercover to find a wife that he could respect for her intelligence and will.
Where will you find such a woman?
Coming to America is Eddie Murphy's greatest movie, and that's saying a lot. He's been in some great films. He shows off his talent of being able to play multiple characters in film, each with their own dimensions and quirks. Arsenio Hall does the same as well.
And your friend too.
A great fish out of water story that is relentlessly hilarious. Watching this movie, you can feel the 1980s styles of comedy. It is crazy, raunchy, and ridiculous, at the same time filled with heart. It's a story about ditching the pressures and constraints that are put upon you and becoming what you want to be. We're getting a sequel on Amazon Prime, so make sure you subscribe for that review. Number 2. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Bob Hoskins, Christopher Lloyd, and Charles Fleischer.
I'm sorry I yanked your ears.
All the time you yanked my ear?
A tune-hating detective is a cartoon rabbit's only hope to prove his innocence when he is accused of murder. Take the serious tone of a film about racism and genocide and add the zaniness of a cartoon and you somehow got a perfect film. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is the first time a live-action and cartoon were blended together, mixed with the Neo-style murder mystery and an episode of Looney Tunes. The best word I can use to describe this movie is brilliant. The late Bob Hoskins plays the down-on-his-luck, hard-boiled private detective Eddie Valiant, the straight man to the off-the-wall character of Roger Rabbit, voiced by Charles Fleischer. It's set in the fictional 1947, where cartoons are real. It also pays homage to the decades of animation preceding it, mixing cartoons never before seen together. Both Daffy and Donald Duck have a piano duel that is epic. A film full of unique and unforgettable moments, ridiculously funny, and so thoroughly entertaining that you'll be watching it again and again and again. It's not just great, it's drawn that way. Number 1. Die Hard. Directed by John McTiernan, starring Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman. An NYPD officer tries to save his wife and several others taken hostage by German terrorists during a Christmas party at Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles.
Got invited to the Christmas party by mistake. Who knew?
Die Hard is the criterion for the modern action film, and it's on my list of the greatest action movies of all time. It's a solid film that keeps you entertained for every frame. Top-notch direction, action, and acting. At the time of its release, action movies were about muscle-bound, larger-than-life heroes like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sly, but this was about the everyman saving the day. John McClane suddenly finds himself in a hostage situation, led by Hans Gruber, one of the all-time best movie villains, played masterfully by the late Alan Rickman. Yes, this is a Christmas movie, don't at me.
Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs.
I can't imagine an action movie topping this one. Near perfect as action film, and it will stand as a bookmark film in cinema history. This is why Die Hard is the best movie of 1988. Go watch it right now. Comment down below if you think I missed a great movie in 1988. Thank you for slapping that like button. It helps the channel out a lot because of the algorithm. And thank you for watching. Be risky.